there, and welcome back to Weird Soda for Life. On the road again. I can't wait to get on the road again. Here drinking sodas with my friends. Well, welcome back. Anyway, yes, truly welcome back. Today we are in our last week of June, which means it's the last week of our United Sodas of America road trip. And we are stuck, well, not stuck, that's a terrible word to say. We are left, is the word I meant to say. We are left with our last three sodas in the box. Um, we got toasted coconut, we got white grape, and we got blackberry jam. And you know, I have to admit, as I was thinking about all the soda flavors I've tried this month out of this box, it really does appear to me that for every three sodas I've had, there's always like one normal flavored soda, and then there's two that are like off for some reason. So like let's think about like week one, we had cherry pop, which is like a normal thing to have, and then strawberry basil because apparently putting herbs in soda is a thing. And then extra peach with its extra adjective. um, and then week two we have orange nectarine, which again rather normal. Young mango, which is again why young, unnecessary descriptor. And then lemon verbena, which again we're just throwing herbs and things now, herbs and flowers, why not? And then last week with the Pear Elderflower, my elven name, if you recall, Gingery Ale. So why the why? And then sour blueberry, which in this case, yes, it's an adjective, but in this case, it was an accurate descriptor, so I'm gonna let that one slide. Um, so today, we got toasted coconut, which is why is it toasted? Maybe it'll taste like an almond joy. I don't know. I'm hoping for something. White grape, which I always kind of view white grape as the grape flavor for those trying to be more bougie than they really are. And blackberry jam, which truly I have no problem with. Let's chug some mashed fruit, shall we? With that, let's pause for a second while I go get some glasses and let's get on this last journey. Be right back. Surprise! I did in fact return after my terrible rendition, and we were first going uh, with toasted coconut. I really want to make a joke about putting the lime in the coconut, but I also want to point out that this can really does sort of match my farmer's tan and the shirt I'm wearing. I guess I'm feeling rather beige. With that, let's see what we've gotten ourselves into. And I'm gonna roll this sleeve back down. Y'all don't need to be blinded by my like jaundicey light yellow skin. I don't have jaundice, I'm just mixed. Anyway. Ooh. Okay, this coconut smell is very strong, which kudos. My struggle with coconut sometimes is half the time I think pina colada and the other half of the time I think sunscreen. And we're just about to find out which side of the smell spectrum, taste spectrum this is going to fall on. Okay. I don't know if this shows up well on camera, but this drink also sort of matches my shirt. I don't know if, but it is like slightly tinged, but mostly clear. I'm gonna give it a pass. I don't know if I'd want to drink something that looked creamy light brown and wasn't like a coffee drink, which I don't drink coffee. So anyway, whew, yeah, definitely coconutty. Bottoms up. Hmm, I like that. I like that quite a bit. Um, and the first splash of my tongue again made me think again. A complaint that I've kind of had throughout these is that they all kind of, not all, but several of them taste like there's a very watery base underneath it, and this is no exception. But as the coconut flavor kind of like came in, if you will, um, it sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought there. It did taste like coconut, and it kind of tasted not necessarily creamy per se. It kind of it's terrible, I guess. It tasted a little bit like a watered down pina colada. Sans pineapple, really. So and the more I drank it, the more I kind of thought to myself, this would be great if you were sitting out on your deck or outside on a hot day. This I think would be incredibly refreshing. I liked it. I just kind of had to linger on it a little bit. It had to grow on me. So yeah, go you go, Glen Coconut. I'm at least making myself laugh. All right, round two. We got white grape, and your eyes don't deceive you. This is not white. This is lavender. Yeah, lavender. Like, why are you gonna call something white and then make it lavender? I don't understand how colors work, I guess. But it does smell grapey. And I will say it doesn't smell like Concord grape. It does smell like, well, frankly, like sparkling white grape. Like, you remember those sparkling white grape juices? It smells like that. And let's see what we've gotten ourselves into. Okay, you kind of can tell, I think, from here, it does mostly match the can. It is a lighter color than the can, just slightly, but there is a slight lilac, maybe, tinge to it. Again, why would you call it white grape and then make it like purple? I don't. It's not how colors work, United Soda. Anyway, bottoms up. I don't know why I sipped it again. It does. Surprise, surprise. The color still. It still smells like grape. So here we go. Um, I don't like that as much as I like the toasted coconut. It just like the toasted coconut when it first hit my tongue, it did taste incredibly watery. I know, Greta. I agree. They really need to figure that out. But it tasted kind of watery to begin with, and I kind of kept waiting. I let it kind of sit like I did the coconut, because the coconut, once I let it sit for a second on my tongue, I really started getting to taste all the flavors and everything else. And Miss Greta, do you want to be a guest star? Guest star July starts next week. Anyway, see, she doesn't like that. She wants to be a star in her terms. Anyway, but when I let it sit on my tongue, I was kind of hoping maybe for like some of the richness that the coconut had to show up in the white grape, and it just kind of did it. The beginning and end result were just watery grape. And that's unfortunately a little disappointing. It feels like there's at least been one of those in every three pack we've had. So it's not surprising, but it is, again, uh, I'm not sure what they can do with it. I realize probably some of the wateriness comes from the fact that it's like trying to avoid sugars and things like that, but it's still a little disappointing all the same. All right, on to the last one. Oh, Blackberry Berry Jam. I almost opened with that. You're lucky you got the Willie Nelson instead, but oh no, don't betray me like this. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I will say this about the pack. The pack of all three, although the toasted coconut was definitely the most distinct flavor, the one I was just like woof out of the can, all three of them this time I could sense, not sense, I could smell um, their fruity flavor. So good on you for getting it right in the final stretch. And let's see what we've gotten ourselves into. Ooh, look at that color. Oh, well, this is how you know that I do this in one take. We're moving forward. Or actually, we're pausing so I can wipe that up because I don't want to put my shirt in it. BRB. All right, we're back. uh, I know for you, it felt like mere seconds, but for me, it was like 2 minutes of trying to find a dish towel. You're lucky you missed that. But I do again, before we try it, I do want to call again the color. Can I just say throughout the whole thing, we talked about the packaging at the beginning of the soda, right? Um, and I have truly been impressed that, I mean, and I realize there's one or two that the colors don't quite match, but I have truly been impressed with the commitment by this company to not only have an elegant, sleek, like design for your cans, but also to really have the sodas match the can. It's unique, it's clever, it makes it instantly photographable in a way that like people are going to share. I mean, myself included. I made videos and everything else. Like I think that's incredibly clever. And I just, before we wrap up this series, I want to give them their flowers because despite what I've said about some of the flavors of their things, I mean, even with today, you can see across that all three of them, if match their can or incredibly close to their can. And I think that's brilliant. And it's something that a lot of, well, we've seen the myriad of sodas on this channel. That's something that quite a few soda companies don't think about doing. Um, and if and when we try things with both with all our senses, our eyes, our nose, our mouth, sometimes touch, but we try things with all of us, like all the parts. And the fact that they thought enough to do this, I think is incredibly clever of them. So kudos. With that, that is also good. Um, Again, it's a weird thing to have a watery base but also a strong flavor. That they don't seem like that would mesh, but it really does. And again, for 2 out of the 3 in this particular pack, it has. Um, it is very strong. It's stronger flavor than the other two. The other two, as I said before, I had to let linger on my tongue for a second to see if anything else was going to happen. And with this one, bam, right out the gate, tasted the blackberry. Um, it was for the sodas bold, like it was a bold flavor. We've had a couple like that before. The blueberry, for example, from last week, the extra peach, right, the young mango. uh it seems like I'm calling out drag queen names. But um but we've had that before. And so I think this was good. I reflecting on the whole suite of sodas for this week. I think coconut and blackberry were good. I think the white grape could use a little work. But thinking about the things as a whole, I I really think this is an interesting pack. I don't know how long this company is going to stay in business. Not because I wish them ill. I think, as I said before, I think it's really cool what they're doing. I just wonder if the market will sustain it because it is, well, it's kind of a bougie product. But I really like what they're doing, and I think if you can get in and maybe try to find a pack, they are a little pricey, but they ship right to your house. I think it's worth trying. But alas, we've reached the end of our road trip. I hope you ate all the snacks that you packed, because we are going to be visiting our friends next month. That's right. Next month is guest star July, and first on the docket is we've got some old favorites and some new soon to be favorites or at least guest stars. Um, but kicking us off is Chief Procurement Soda Officer Porter. Y'all remember her? She shows up quite a bit, and she and I tried the Dr. Pepper Creamy Coconut. That's Dr. Pepper's soda of the summer. Which why my life is manifesting coconut this year, I don't know. Maybe because I'm nuts. But I'm looking forward to that. I hope you are too. Until next time, drink weird and I don't know. Try to figure out what soda corresponds to what state on a map. I could have landed that better. See you next time.